Wow. This one did make me laugh out loud. That's how much fun that was. The Nelson Custom 22 Long Rifle Conversion Kit for the 1911 platform was designed by legendary pistolsmith Bob Marvel. The machine work was all done by McMillan Machine Company. All of the springs in this kit are chrome silicon springs. Just one look and feel of this upper for the 1911 and you can tell that it is super high quality. It functions the way it should, including a last round lock open for the slide. Even though it's 22 long rifle, it is dry fire safe. It has a true 1911 profile and it fits most leather or Kydex holsters that are made for your 1911. Also includes a steel sight rail. This is stronger and definitely helps to approximate the true weight of a 1911. All of the key internal parts, like the firing pin, extractor, and ejector, are hardened stainless steel. It comes with single stack magazines, but you can also get wide body STI style magazines. It takes less than a minute to install this conversion kit, even when you don't have a lot of experience doing it. It comes with a 2-year warranty. If it doesn't work, it'll either be fixed or replaced. And the kit, the way you see it here in this video, goes for about $480. The magazines include, let me give you some contrast here against the grip. Magazines include this circle you see at the bottom of the follower. It's like a little ring, and they include with the kit this little mag loading tool. So you just put that pin through that ring, and it allows you to move that follower down and feed your rounds in. Very nice, very thoughtful, and it's a great size. Because it's big, it doesn't hurt your thumb. The magazines are polymer and they hold 10 rounds. So what do you get with this kit? Well, you get the standard length barrel, you get the adjustable iron sights, 2 single stack magazines, you get a separate slide stop with a slide stop pin, so you don't have to use the one that comes in your 1911. You get a takedown tool and a mag loading tool, and you get a single pistol hard case. You get a spare 8-pound recoil spring and a spare buffer as well. Now, like I said, this is just a super quality piece of engineering and manufacturing. You can really tell when you pick it up and hold it that great care was taken designing and building this conversion kit. See, we have our serrated top for anti-glare. We have our traditional black on black sight picture. When the gun fires, the sights do not move. The top of your upper stays in place as the slide cycles, ejects the round, and loads the next one. This keeps your sights right on target without any kind of motion. Much easier to maintain that sight picture. And of course, once you get that last round fired and you have an empty magazine, the slide locks back. Okay, let's test this Nelson Custom 22 caliber, 22 long rifle caliber conversion kit. This is on my custom built Nighthawk Bob Marvel, the one I made myself. So let's test it for the very first time. Just for basic function, I am 14 yards, 14 yards from that steel target downrange. I have 10 rounds of CCI Mini Mag loaded in this magazine. Let's test it for the first time. Just checking for function and all that good stuff. See how I like it. Wow. You know, you can get jaded sometimes if you shoot a whole lot of guns. I try to never forget how fortunate I am to do that, but there still aren't a whole lot of things that make me almost laugh out loud. This one did make me laugh out loud. That's how much fun that was. That was such a fun 10 rounds. I think I'm going to do that again. 10 more CCI Mini Mag. Might as well start with the good stuff, right? So functionality was perfect, of course. Everything fed and fired and ejected exactly beautifully. So let's continue to try the function. Function is perfection so far, 20 rounds in. I know that's not a lot, but okay, I'm going to stick with the CCI Mini Mag for the moment. Make it a little more interesting, I'm going to go for the head of the target. That's a miniature steel target downrange, so it's smaller than it may look. Maybe I'll stand next to it later for some scale. This target was provided by Tactical AR-500 targets. That target is made out of AR-550. You could shoot rifle rounds at it at 50 yards. So I'm thinking it'll be able to handle this 22. Wow. Mags drop free. They are polymer magazines. They hold 10 rounds. I love the hollow body construction with the hole in the bottom of the follower that allows you to use the included magazine loading tool or any kind of punch or even a paper clip if you were in a pinch to load your magazines. Man, this is fun. Pure fun. Okay, I think we can all agree that it looks like this gun is probably a tack driver. Looks like Nelson Custom has got the accuracy down pat with the excellent design from Mr. Bob Marvel. So, I don't know, let's just open it up a little bit, have a little bit more fun. Still 14 yards away from that small steel target. Okay, now I'm going to try out some Winchester 40 grain hollow point. Rated at, where is it? 1,280 feet per second. Winchester. I've had some guns that don't like this ammo. So that's see how it runs through this precision 22 conversion from Nelson Customs. Same everything else, same distance, same target. Wow. Shoot it with one hand a little bit. See if I can manage the recoil. Got a gun here that's probably almost 40 ounces. Man, this is nice. This is the kind of stuff that makes me feel like a good shooter. And we all know that ain't the truth. Moving on now to some Aguila 40 grain. I just want to test this system with a variety of ammo. And so far, so good. Can't find anything it doesn't like. Well, that ammo's a lot smokier. Smells good though. Look, I'm painting a little Christmas tree on my target. Okay, and then finally, just to see how some of the cheaper stuff will run, Federal match, 40 grain solid lead. Run a magazine of that through it. I'm telling you, man, this thing just runs. It just runs. eject. All right, I think we finally got 10. Holy cow. That was an exercise in patience. I spoke with Larry Nelson of Nelson Custom, and he explained to me, after watching the preliminary version of my video, what the problem was with the malfunctions I was experiencing. And when he explained it to me, it suddenly made perfect sense. So let me show you what we think was happening. When I was resting the gun on the bag to do the accuracy testing, I was resting it right on the base plate of the magazine and holding it with two hands, but I was resting the full weight of the gun right here. And when you rest on the magazine and you push up on the magazine, watch what happens. You can see through here, I've got the slide locked back. You can see the magazine and the follower there and see the feed lips. Now watch, when I push up on the magazine, look what happens. So there's a couple things. Number one, take a look at the ejector. It gets pushed up and bent slightly upward, changes its geometry, and can definitely affect the ejection. Number two, you're pushing up and you are definitely changing the angle of the feeding and could cause feeding errors. And then number three, okay, so this is going to be hard to show. I'm going to have to do about three things at once here with, all right, but so I've got my index finger on the slide stop so that I can release that. And I'm pushing up on the magazine. You can see that, all right? So if I push up on the magazine, I'm just going to hold it there with the heel of my hand. It's a little tough. And I'm going to pull down on the slide stop. You see the slide came part of the way until it hit the magazine and then stopped. But now if I take the pressure off the magazine, it comes the rest of the way forward. So I have been officially edumacated and I feel smarter. I wanted to share that with you. That is definitely the reason for the malfunctions. I was pushing up on the magazine by resting it on that, which caused several different types of malfunctions to be possible. So now I know better. Next time I get this gun out, I will avoid doing that. And I think what I will try to do is demonstrate causing the malfunctions deliberately and then not causing them so that we can see the difference. Thanks very much to Larry Nelson for giving me a call and educating me on that. So the initial testing today with this Nelson Custom 22 conversion kit for the 1911, designed by legendary Bob Marvel, was very successful. I did have some hang-ups with some Federal match ammo, some of the cheap stuff. I've had problems with that ammo in a lot of guns. I had a couple of small hang-ups with some CCIs, you know, just things like typical 22 stuff, you know. A couple of failures to extract and failures to fire, that type of thing. But most of those didn't come until probably 200 rounds or so in. So I suspect the pistol starting to get a little dirty probably contributed to that too. And as you know, some 22 rimfire is pretty dirty stuff to shoot. But the gun seemed like it stayed pretty clean overall, and it shot great. Didn't have the pistol in any kind of vise or official rest for 25-yard accuracy, so it was just me resting myself on a bag and shooting it using these open sights, no kind of an optic. If you had the top, they do make one with Picatinny rail top that you could mount a scope or an optic right onto, and boy, that would be nice. You could put a nice red dot or put a magnified scope on this thing, and you could really reach out and touch your target. I have no doubt that with the limitations of the shooter and the ammo, this pistol is probably a tack driving machine. I will find more excuses to shoot this some more. I probably will try to put this on some different frames. This is my 1911 that I built, with the help, of course, of Mr. Bob Marvel. But I will look for an opportunity to put this slide on some other frames and see how it functions with different 1911s, some off-the-shelf brands that you know about, like maybe Kimber and Springfield Armory, things like that. But for right now, I'm going to close out with just saying that this thing is absolutely nothing short of sheer fun. We'll see this one again